world, who has stories to let the world know their histories and all of that, to make sure people get encouraged from whatever that they are sharing to the world. So it is called Your Story. And when it comes to this segment, it means that you are coming to encourage somebody with what God has placed in you and for what you have gone through in life, that God has been able to bring you this far. So as you are listening to our live on Facebook, as you are listening to our live via the radio stations and our sister stations, please, wherever you are, if you're on our GIBU platform, kindly share the link, so that somebody can also listen to what the chancellor of GIBU and the wife, Mama Rita, are about to share to us. And I believe that their story will encourage you. Their messages will encourage you, and we will all be blessed from it. I want to thank everybody for joining us via the link that we are using right now. And I also want to thank my co-worker, my co-host, Dr. Clarence. God bless you for connecting us all over the world. God bless you for connecting us as well. And I want to let everybody know that this show is going to continue and going to continue. So when you have any story to share, any life history to share, you can contact us via our WhatsApp line, +233-54-755-6548. That's my number, +233-54-755-6548, or my co-host WhatsApp line, +1-678-856-3709, +1-678-856-3701, and we will host you on the station to share your story.
Let me just say something as well here, that one of the things we want to encourage people as we broadcast is feel free to ask where you can donate to the university, of which from time to time Dr. Israel or Chancellor Rudolph will give you the information where you can donate, or myself. While we are having great conversation here and talking about stories from great people who have done a lot and accomplished and allowed God to use them in ministry, we want you all to realize at the same time that in ministry it takes finance to continue to work. And a lot of times ministers and pastors and men of God struggle in putting together the finances to run God's ministry. And so it's a mandate to the church that we should support ministry by the way God has blessed us, and we should take care of our ministers and leaders. And so I want to encourage you that as you listen, that you would allow God to speak to your heart, and that you would dig deep into your pockets and reward God's man of God to continue to work by donating and sharing financial support. There's a university to finish building, among other things, which our chancellor will allow you to know. Your story, which is really the story we're going to hear today from Chancellor Rudolph and his wife. Why we name it Your Story is because their story now becomes your story when you hear it, and you would be able to, use it as a form of encouragement and strength to commit to whatever God has committed to you to fulfill in this life. And so now you are encouraged by their story not to give up, and to be able to share this story with others as well. So their story becomes our story, and our story becomes your story because you're hearing it. And it goes on and on and on as a means of encouragement to all those that are belonging to GIBU and beyond. So we do appreciate Chancellor Rudolph and his wife for coming to us today and going through the paces of telling us um, how this started, the struggles, the pain, the commitment, the faith, what it took to get to where they are today. And I really am excited, Dr. Israel. I'm excited about what they're going to share with us today.
Wow, that's great. I'm also excited of what they are about to share to us because I'm just surprised and I'm just amazed on how um, the chancellor and the wife um, by this level how they have gone, the, how far God has brought them. When I begin to study them closely with whatever that they are doing right now, I ask myself, how did they start? When I look at the age level that they are, how did they start? When did they get married? At what age? What time? And how did they start? And today, they are all over the world. They are everywhere. Dr. Rudolph is everywhere. He's number one professor within the province of this world. And I ask myself, how did he make it? Because many people that have studied them, it's like I wonder how did he make it? Because we are all serving the same God, and for him to get to this level within some few years, few months, and all of that, how did he make it? What is behind it? How? And today I believe that he's going to let us know the secret behind his success today that will motivate somebody who is listening to us live wherever you are, listening to us live on Facebook and also on the radio, live radio station. And you are also going to learn and pick some points and some messages out of it. And I believe that as the guests are about to speak, you will pick your pen and your paper, your notebook, your laptop, your iPad, begin to jot certain points that they will make so that it can be able to help you and to direct you as you are going and growing in life. So I want to welcome our guests now. I want to welcome our guests now. Wow, Mama Rita, you are looking so beautiful. My God, looking so young, so young, so young, so young. Wow, you are looking so young. Mama, Dr. Rudolph, you can unmute your mic and we can have interruption. You can unmute your mic so that we have interruption. Your mic is still
Okay,
muted.
sorry. There were
Okay.
guests coming. There were guests coming in, but I had to wait. I had to allow him to get out again.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mama Rita, you're looking so young. Wow. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. Mama Rita, please find some place for me. I'm coming to stay in Liberia. I'm coming to stay in
Okay.
Liberia. So
Okay.
prepare a place for I and my family. We are all come to stay in Liberia to be with you people and
Okay.
to take GIBU far. God, Dr. Rudolph, God bless you for coming to
Yeah.
this show. This is your story, and today you and Mama Rita is going to share your life history with us, letting the world know how God has really blessed you people and brought you people to this far. I want you people to introduce yourself to us. Let us know who you are, though we know a little bit about you, But for the fact that today your wife has joined you, you introduce yourself once again, and your wife will also introduce herself once again. Then we start the talking. God bless you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Israel, thank you to the Clarion, and thank you to everybody. I'm Bishop Professor Rudolph Kwanue Senior, a Liberian from West Africa. I'm happy to be here today. You can call any two.
Okay. Very much Rita and Kwanue. We call it Liberia. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you too. Thank you too. Thank you too. Today we'll be asking a lot of questions because it's a life history story that we are about to share. So we may ask you questions from the scratch, from the down, from the beginning, and we want to develop certain level of maturity here, so that we'll be able to get the picture clear, so that our listeners will also get to know what this program is all about, because we want to know who Rudolph Kwanue is, where he was born, and a little bit about himself, where he was born, a little bit about the family. Then we'll move to Mama Rita. Then from there we'll come to we'll take it step by step. We'll enter into the education. Then from there we'll move on to where you have got into right now. So, Mr. Rudolph, we want to know where were you born, please?
Okay, Bishop Rudolph once again is second born to Mother Betty Kwanue, and a fifth child or fifth born to David M. Kwanue from Biog Benelli. Biog Benelli is a town that's bordering between Liberia and the Cote d'Ivoire. So I'm from the end part of Liberia, very deep in the forest. And my wife also from the same place. So that's it. Did you ask for education?
Not yet.
No, we will get there. Yeah.
Okay. So that is it. Yeah.
Rita.
Yes.
According to Bishop, he said it's like the country that he is from. You are from the same place, right?
Yeah, from the same town, the same district.
Okay. Wow. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you the firstborn or the secondborn, or the last, or?
I am the secondborn for my mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me help her there. She is the second born of a mother.
Yeah, hello.
But for the father, he has multiple wives, so he born children that we cannot name all of them now. But however, she will explain that portion. But however, she was rejected by her father when she was 8 years.
Okay.
Wow.
See, so she just yeah. So that is it. She said she has spring move. It's so that.
Yes.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
about it is that rejected by her father, but not rejected by her true father. What I picked up from what I picked up from both of you right away is you said that you were born deep into the forest, deep in the countryside.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me right there because the little that I know about you and what you've accomplished, it means that God, there's no boundaries with God.
It's
In the
true. Yeah.
middle of the forest, far away from maybe modern technology and all of that, God
Yeah.
was still able to reach you
Okay.
and you heard. So
Yeah.
that is an amazing thing that in spite of how far away you were from the city and the buzz of the city and everything else,
Mm-hmm.
that God spoke a word to you back then in the forest. And
True.
I want us to develop on that from there, Dr. Israel. I want us to develop from there that God was able to speak to him. When did that happen? You're a young man in the forest, deep in the countryside, as we would say it here, and
Okay.
something happened during that time when you were a young man. So, can you develop that story and let us know um, if that was before your marriage, if you guys were just friends, if you guys were already married or engaged when all of this happened? Give us the story in as short as format as you can, but with as much details. We want the details.
Okay. Thank you so much. That is what I'm waiting for. Uh, Mama Rita and myself, we live in the same community. She is next door to me in the village, from the same time. In fact, my room window, my room window is positioned towards her room window.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we are very close to neighbor. We grew up together, but I never knew that she was going to be my wife, and she never knew too that I was going to be her husband. We normally fight when we were there as children. We played together. There were some issues. Sometimes little boys and girls in the time they will have some misunderstanding and fight will take place. Sometimes we will have things like football and kickball competitions. Saying I don't know her by that time, I will not support her team. And she too, she will not support the team that I play with too at that time. So we both grew up together. After, because she was 8 years when she returned back to our time. After the rejection, she returned back to our time. And by 2001, I was 13 years. And she was also 12 years by that time. So I traveled to Moravian. And when I came to the city, there was war in Liberia. Every part of the country, there was war. So her mother was actually sick. Her mother took sickness when she was about 9 years now. So while she was sick, her mother was not able to provide feeding support for the home. So Mama Rita was the only uh, person that a breadwinner for the family. And her mother has additional 4 children. The first girl child was not having any much feeding for the mother that was sick. So Mama Rita was serving as a father, as a mother, as a big sister, as a small sister, taking care of their homes in many ways. So when they break, she will move from their house to go look for enemies, to go work on somebody's farm, and they can pay her little money, and this little money she will use it to prepare food for her sick mother and the rest of the children. So while she was doing those things for me, I was already in Moravian. And it was one beautiful day that she went to also look for money to my mother farming job, because she work after the daytime. You pay her, she go back to her house and cook food for her sick mother. So when she was working for my mother looked at her, the way she was behaving and the way she was working. My mother said, this girl is a strong lady that coming up. So my mother decided to invite her another time to go do work. As she was doing work, and they gave her another place to go and cook. My mother was testing her in those things. So all the testing, she was successful. And one beautiful evening, my mother told her that I have plenty of boys, children, but among them, I want you to marry the younger one they call Rudolph. And she was happy with the proposal made for my mother. At that time, they already finished with the work on the farm. She finished cooking and they were eating. While eating, they were sharing this joke. And she was taking as joke, but my mother was taking it very serious. So now when she go now the next day to go work, my mother would not give a portion like working for money, but she would be with her like a child that stay with her now. So in the process, when she got used to my mother, and I returned back in the village after 1 year, I had turned now into 14 years, and she had also turned to 13 years. This took place now on January 2nd, 2002. So when I entered on January 31st in the village, my mother called me on the very New Year day. She said that I'm here in the village. This child in that particular house, her name is Baby Girl, because Baby Girl was her play name. But the end that we're using today, Mama Rita and Kwanue, the end mean child doing, child doing. So Mama said that this girl named Baby Girl, I really like her and she is very good. She can host me well. She know how to host men in the future. So because I have studied her so much, she's strong. So I wanted to marry her. When very self, I knew nothing about life. I not yet see woman and she are not yet see men. We both are there in everything. So when my mother gave me the proposal, in my heart, I was creeping. I was dreaming in my heart, how can this work? So I never wait for my mother to call my wife to be, but rather my very self, I sent my edited brother wife to go and call Mama Rita to come for me to ask her. When she came, I told her about the proposal. She accepted it. When she accepted it, on the very day, it was a short and small little ceremony where my father was happy, my mother was happy, and we sent little cola note to her parents on January 2nd, 2002. So while we met on the beautiful day, we have no idea about life, actually. We have no idea about life. So we were together until God gave all the idea. And when we spent 5 months together, her mother was still living by then. I went on her mother farm. I took some manpower. We worked on her mother farm. We brushed the farm. We made farm for her mother, and her mother was appreciating me. Her mother was living with myself. I began to give little assistance, but to have assistance in the village by that time, it was not just easy. But however, as a young boy coming up, the assistance we give to people in the village is to sometimes buy kerosene, just for electric, for current to be in the house. So I look for kerosene. I look for oil that will provide a fire or light in the house for her mother. I brush her mother fine. So this thing make her grandparent and the family to really love me by that time. So we spent 5 months together, and she got pregnant. I never knew that she was pregnant, and she never knew that she was pregnant. We were all small children. And her mother too never knew that she was pregnant. None of the family members knew that she was pregnant. So on May 14, 2002, her mother passed away. When her mother passed away after our 5 months in relationships, I took the challenge and I said, I will take care of this girl and I will take care of all her brothers and sisters that remain behind. No matter, no father, no mother, I will take the courage. And myself, I'm very young, very small. So I will take the charge. When my mother and my family saw the responsibility was growing, they decided to withdraw their hand. They said, no, the responsibility is too much and you are small. I said that if even it's a high responsibility, it costs us to eat sand. We will eat sand. So what I did, by that time she already gave birth. I took her from there with the new babies, including the 3 children along with her. I brought them in Moravian. That's how we started struggle in the city. The life in the city was more bad than what happened in the village. In the city, to maintain women with children at that age that I was, it was very tough. And by that time, I was just in 10th grade. I had received promotion to 10th grade. While going to high school, the same time, I'm also sponsoring my poor and little family. She have no opportunity to go to school. She had no opportunity because her father had neglected her and her mother had died very early. So she had no opportunity to go to school. What she was doing now in the city when the struggle was too much, I decided to send her to tailoring school to learn vocational school. And God helped us when she succeeded in the vocational training. This is how we managed. Then another.
Yeah.
Okay. This is how she managed and she was sponsoring a family little by little from her vocational school training idea. It was not just easy. We started with it in the barrier. If you see where we were staying, the animal in the forest, their living place is better than where we was. The first community that we were in 72nd barrier, animals, even chicken, dog, their sleeping place was very better than where we were at that time. Hey, I was pushing the courage. I was moving with the strength, always telling her that we need to focus. While we were struggling down here, one of the child that we left behind there, he died. One of her little brother that we were not able to bring him in time, but we brought to the person with us. The other one that left in the village, the other one died as well. So it was a confusing situation, very much confusing situation. And all our family, they are now united. They don't support each other to say, okay, send our sister die young, and she having these children, we want to maintain them. They abandoned Mama Rita and all her two children that their mother left them down, and that they abandoned everybody on my one. So I began to take care of Mama Rita as my sister, as my friend, as my wife, and everything. When she also began to grab the assistant, she began to give me the assistant when I was also going to high school. She supported me through the tailoring job, and I went to high school. When I completed the high school project, where now GIBU facility is, I became a mechanic. I joined motorbike repairing mechanic job. I learned how to repair my motorbike and generator. So the proceeds from that end, we were able to buy the land with it. Now, Mama Rita has one sewing machine that she was sponsoring the family, but that time I have nothing to do. I had just turned into pastor in 2007. So the one sewing machine that she helped to provide money for the family. Sometimes the money that she can make a day, the value is only about $1 USD or something less than $1 USD value.
Wow.
That money it helped to sustain our family. We have about 5 or 6 dependents, but $1 USD can sometimes sustain us. We were very happy with this. But the single machine that she was sponsoring us, criminal came and took away the machine. Life became better, very bitter again.
Wow.
When criminal took the single sewing machine, where can we start from again? So our major food that we were eating was now gari. There was no money to buy sugar. We only managed to get salt and to mix up with the gari to eat. So we live on as we were moving, then she was getting pregnancy as well. You know, children they don't know the time to count in the family. Yeah, the more time you suffering, the more time better coming, pregnancy coming.
Wow.
So we were in that kind of challenge throughout. And when you become the young pastor in Liberia is a third country that is poor in the whole world.
Wow.
Yeah, my country is a third poor country in the whole world.
Even up to now?
Up to now, you can Google and see for yourself. The third country that is poor in the world is my country. There's the country that we are moving in and talking about. So it was not just easy when I became young pastor by that time. Throughout, and people by that time I sold cold water. When they stole the machine, I was selling cold water to get some money to support the family. I was selling Ghana must go bear. They are selling bear. They call it Ghana must go bear. I don't know what they know about it. It's a display bear. Yeah, the bears on display used to put their clothes down and run away. So I used to sell those bears too. So while selling this bear, I placed my bear. I'm having about 12 pieces of those bears with about 6 depending in Monrovia renting as well. The warehouse that I put my bear in, I went to get my market one day. My market got missing.
Wow.
So I was forced to leave from the bear setting to join into car loader job to load car. I said a car loader, Rita, Dwala. So I was loading car, directing passenger to car. When the car full, they give me some more thing, I go by my business, and the car driver go by their business. So we lived this life. When things were coming on a little bit, I went again, I joined into selling umbrellas.
Wow.
Rainy season time, I sold umbrella. When dry season come, I sell traveling bag. We were on it throughout until finally I became Okada driver. Motorbike.
Oh,
I drive motorbike.
Wow.
That's why you drive motorbike now, huh?
Yeah, that's really it. I love motorbike more than car up to now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very brave and comfortable on motorbike more than airplane.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable on bike. So I spent longer time on motorbike since 2003. No, since 2003. Yeah, till now I still ride.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I was on motorbike commercial business, and when the pastoral working, because people can mock our pastors in this country. When passengers sit on my bike, for them to pay my money, they will say, "You are pastor, you bring up free." Yeah. Mainly those that know me, they say, "Pastor, you can do good." All pastors, they are good people. So When I go household, when I go look for money, I will be seen. I will not look for good passenger. Every time I bang my head down. Because I shy to drive motorbike among my fellow pastors and other members. When members see me, they mock at me. Whole
Right.
pastor driving motorbike.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Wow.
this is how we move until we move. By that time, the school was in sessions. In 2007, our little private school was in session, but there was no school fees. We run it as free tuitions too for the community, those that are running away from war. Even my one, I serve as teachers for 6 classroom in my own school because I had no money to pay students, to pay teachers.
Right.
So I will be teaching nursery, I'm teaching first grade, second grade, up to 6th grade at the same time. When I return from the classroom, I'm very hungry. I'm very hungry. No food in the house. Everything else are done. Like I said from the beginning, that our sleeping place was bad. The animals' sleeping place was far better than where we was.
Wow.
So that is a brief one I can explain for now. But when question come, we are waiting to answer.
You know, I'm listening to you and I'm saying I'm almost lost for words already, and we just started because
Same
I'm
here.
listening to you.
I'm almost lost.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
I don't know what you even say.
I'm looking at your wife expressions in the back, and I'm saying there is no girl in this part of the world
It's true. It's absolutely
would
true.
would go through with a man what you guys went through. They wouldn't put
It's
up with
true.
it. They would find every excuse um
To run away.
to run away from that
So,
marriage because it's like he doesn't bring anything to the table, or she cannot help me. I
yeah,
need somebody who is better off financially
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
support me in my dreams, or she would be looking for a man who can bring something more to the table to give her a more
It's true.
comfortable home. But in spite of all of the challenges that you
Very
guys
good. Yeah.
faced, and I'm listening to you from umbrellas to his beds that you said, and all these different things that you did, even working the motorbike and being a pastor and bowing down your head because you know the, the stigma to a pastor
Yeah,
doing that type of job, right? And I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying,
That's good. Yeah.
wow, you have gone through the mill in
Is that
getting to where you want to be. It's amazing that even though God has a distinct mission for you, the
yeah.
challenges that you had to face in getting there. And I can align that with so many people in the Bible, people like David, people like Joseph. I can align your life to the things, even though God destined them to be great men of God. When you look at the life story, ending up in jail in Joseph's case and things like that, you would never think that somebody who is supposed to be a man of God and end up being a pastor or a great king or these things, that they would go down this road of having such difficulty and life challenges before they get there. And when you were talking, these are the things that are going through my mind. Even in my own life and in my own experience, I'm seeing that where God has allowed your journey to go to sometimes doesn't reflect um, the position and the place He wants you to arrive at. Dr. Israel, you have anything?
It's yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is why I all this is why I always love to prioritize my wife. This is
Yep.
what I
Can
always
I?
want. I really want for her to feel like a queen every
Right.
time because she deserves it.
Right.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you're
Doctor,
listening,
can I
please,
ask?
ladies, Ladies of the West, if you're
Mama Rita,
listening, take this as a great lesson. Go ahead, Dr. Israel.
Mama Rita,
Yeah.
listen to your king, listen to your husband from the story that he has narrated so far. I have only one question.
Mm-hmm.
When all this thing was going on, how was your feeling? How was your emotion? What was running through your mind when you
Good question,
see
man.
the man going up and down? What comes into your mind as a woman, a vibrant woman, a young lady? How was your feeling, your emotion? A lady is listening to us. A mother is listening to us. A married woman is listening to us. A couple is listening to us. What is your feeling? How was it? Let somebody be encouraged by your word.
Okay, thank you so much. At that time, where everything was going on, we were suffering here and there. There is no food to eat, there is no clothes to wear. I just need to encourage myself. And I need to believe in my God. Sometimes I said I get vexed with God. I said, God, why am I suffering and I'm very young? And then my heart will tell me there is everything for time. Wait for your time. Bear the patient. One day, God will reward you.
Amen.
Yes. God always talk to me. I always encourage myself. We go through a lot of challenge, a lot of struggle, a lot of pain and sorrow. But I need to encourage myself and my husband because I know where I come from. There is no mother, there is no father, no sister, no brother beside my husband. So I need to encourage him. If I discourage myself, who I will go to beside God? But I need to encourage my husband because when he was there for I and my sister and brother. So I need to encourage him that you doing great thing for our life because we don't have mother and father to support us. And my husband doing for me. So I need to feel bad, cry on myself, but stay and encourage my own life because there is nowhere to go at that time. Mm-hmm.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I need to encourage my husband. God will pay you. This thing is doing for me, taking care of my sister and my brother. We don't have mother and father. God will bless you. God will be with you because we don't have nowhere to go. And even we struggling, even there is no food for us to eat. One day, God will give us food to eat. That's why I need to give my prayer to God always. And even no time to sleep, and even no clothes to wear. I only need to give praise to God.
Wow. Mama Rita, God bless you.
Thank you.
Look, I knew we were in for some stories and some surprises, and this is just mind blowing. You know, I haven't heard
Yes.
a story like this in a very long time. And sometimes when you think that you've gone through struggle, in my own personal experience, sometimes I ask the same question, Lord, I'm doing all of this. I know very clear in my mind that you've invited me into ministry, and sometimes you don't see the rewards of what you feel that you're entitled to. At this junction, being in ministry so long, and you know, and sometimes you become discouraged, and sometimes you want to give up. I remember a couple times in my own ministry when I wasn't satisfied with the listenership on the radio station, and there were mornings I got up and I said, I'm not doing this again. This doesn't make any sense. Where's the financial rewards to doing all that I do 15, 20 hours a day. And the tendency is to give up. And I mean, I'm not married. And I'm listening to both of you. And I mean, I look at your pictures on Facebook, and you guys do things together. You always together. You're like a team. You're like, something has happened in the years of struggle as you went through it that has bonded you together. Um, you look like brother and sister and husband and wife and lovers and business people all at the same time. And I keep looking out on Facebook for you. It's like I was telling you all when we started, that you are a model couple, and it shows. You can realize that is authentic. It's not something that you put on. So while you guys were going through all of this stuff, God was doing something behind the scenes. And now looking at you, you can see the love and the secureness of your relationship, and something deep. You can just look at your pictures and the little things that you do in building what God had already assigned to you. I remember in the case of Abraham, when God promised him a son. I think it took somewhere around 18 years for the fulfillment of that son. I could be wrong on the years, but it took a long time, even though God promised him a son. And we're talking about Isaac, and specifically speaking about Isaac. It took such a long time for that to materialize, that Abraham and his wife went about going it the wrong way and ended up with more trouble on their hands. So sometimes we have to stay the course, even though God has assigned us. In your case, you wanted to be a pastor. You know that this is what God wanted you to do ministry. Yet the struggle continued and continued and got worse to the point. But God, is it that God was testing you? You think it was a test of your faithfulness? Do you think that had to do something with where you are today and the success that you have attained? That God was wanting to see how serious you were in being a minister of God by not giving it to you easy.
Okay. Are you asking?
Yes.
Yeah, please repeat your
Yes.
question.
Do you think that all the things that you've been through, that God was testing you to see how serious you were about your relationship with Him and
Okay.
ministry, hence the reason of all the horrible tests that you went through and the faith that you had to exercise to get to this point?
Yes, from the beginning, I knew that there would be a better future. But this belief, it grew up only when I became a pastor. When I was preaching to people, one of the scriptures that was very good to me was Isaiah 1, 9, 14, something like that, or 9, 18, where it said, if you are waiting and obedient, you will eat the best of the fruit from the land.
Mm.
That was my favorite passage. Every time we used to play with it, every time. So the belief, it came directly when I became the pastor. It grew, it matured. It matured when I became the pastor.
Wow.
But
Dr.
when we
Israel.
were in the village, I knew that there would be a life that would be in the future. We started planting some cocoa, coffees, and things. We have some little plantation outside. But since we came down here, we decided to just focus on Monrovia and see. But however, we are planning to turn back in the village, because where you come from, you can't just abandon it. So we thinking how we can extend the college branch there. We are training some people.
Okay.
You know, those have been training, they will be coming again for the final workshop. Then they can go down to my home to study the branch there.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in addition to what I explained earlier, when we suffer for so many years in Monrovia here, From 2007 2000 to 2012, the struggle was tough. And my wife, I told her that I want to go to college, and she agreed. She was sponsoring me to go to college. I spent 2 years in the first college job because Liberian government was only having one job in the two jobs. One was police job, and the next job was teaching job in public school. These are the only job that pay like $50 US per month to any citizen that go into those jobs. This job
Okay.
was very significant and good for all Liberians. So if you don't join police, you are join teaching job. So it costs most young people for us to go to college, teacher training college. When I graduated
Wow.
from the college in 2014, by that time we have built long building. And this building said, the first time said, with time we started the church in 2017, we were renting someone building, and the people came and gave us notice for 2 weeks to leave that building. But we talked with them for the first time. We have an agreement for 2 years work, and we gave them some money. But as they saw all we were children, there was no money coming, and different money men came. He left all in the building, and he paid for the building for them to vacate out from there. So
Wow.
the owner of the building agreed and told the people money. They gave her 2 weeks notice. And by that time, we had built a long structure on the land, but there was no roof. There was no iron sheet to cover it. Where are we going with those people, children? Where are we going with these children? Sorry, let me connect my line. I think let me connect mine. I think this one giving son. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave us 2 weeks notice. How can we move with students that are already in session? How can we move with a young church that already there? Just few members, 12 children worshiping with us. My wife and myself plus one lady was 23 Adam. So the people gave us notice. I went and built long country building on the ground. There was no money to buy zinc. There was no money to do anything. So one day, there was a guest from UK, United Kingdom, and the guest came. The guests were working on machine ship, working on people's eyes operating. So he came to visit one of my friends. They went to the lane to visit my friend in their community. My friend told me that, oh, I have guests from UK. I said, okay, but then saying that is the case, please help me and come. Let my students see the guest. The guy was a white man. When they came together, I told him that these are the students we have here, but we have no shelter for them. But we are already building long thing, but there's no covering. And they called a guy that a Kurt Thompson. He said, how many bundles of iron sheet can I can cover this place? And I said, the company said 12. He said, okay, by tomorrow I will provide the iron sheet through your friend, and he will bring it for you. This was one of the hardest relief I ever received in my life as a miracle. Because I had never seen any white man or white woman in my life to even talk with face to face.
Wow.
I had no one across and beyond Liberia that can look at me and say, this $1 USD hold it. So the money came, and the material, the guy brought the material, and we built a house. While I graduated in 2014, Ebola entered the country. Easy again. Even the minister of state will not get food to eat. Then the poor child like me will get food to eat. When Ebola came, thing went again down. We started struggle again. While we are struggling on September 28, 2014, we were sleeping until storm came. Heavy storm in the night and damaged all the church building, the school building, my own building, everything. 21 bundles of zinc. It destroyed all to the ground level. So morning, Mama Rita looked at me, she started crying. She said, God, what have I done to you? She cried. I knocked her. I said, relax. Do not worry, do not cry. I was saying this thing. I don't know what brought the courage and braveness in my mind. So she really cried. Even as people coming from different communities to the same battle with us, the portion of the building that remained, it was still falling down before everybody. When the portion of the building falling down, the most time Rita crying more. And this day, there was 28 buildings that destroyed in Liberia. We received one of the high disasters. And if you hear that TB Joshua church collapsed, it was the same day my building collapsed. The school building, everything will have a collapse.
Wow.
So when this thing took place, the little church member we have, they ran away. They said they would not worship with us again. Then the little student we have, they will say they will not come to school, they ran away. Where can we start again? In 2014, I wrote the ambassador of America, the Nigeria ambassador, Japan ambassador, Germany ambassador, the vice president of Liberia. I wrote everybody letter, including Muslim Ships, Samaritan Purse, IRC, USAID, UNICEF. All I wrote them to help us, just to provide at least 4 bundles of zinc, just for shelter for my family and his children. Everybody said Ebola is tough, no money. So another one day, I sat by myself. I said, but what can we do? I said, let us give God 3 days fast and prayers. If God can look at me to go through this trouble, and when the 3 day fast and prayer end, and God gave me solution, I will not serve him again. So I challenge God. We have 3 pregnant women with us now that remain. The rest of them left. 3 pregnant women plus Mama Rita and myself, we went into 3 day fast and prayers. When the end of this fast and prayer reached, I sent text message to one of my neighbors. Working with Firestone Company, may his soul rest in peace. The late Honorable Daniel Manway. I wrote in and said, Dad, we are in problem, we are in trouble. It's not easy with us. Our building has collapsed. Everything we have are gone. Please help me with 3 bundles of zinc so we can cover our living place and little portion for us to worship on. He agreed. He said, thank you, I will do that for you. After 3 days fast and prayers. So he told me that on Sunday, I will come to meet you. He came. When he came to see us, he gave the 3 bundles of zinc money to me. And I said, Daddy, if I hold this money from you, what are going to buy plane, manpower, pay, nail, and all the cement to do this way? Daddy, please, I want you to run this school, build it, run it. Let some memorandum of understanding. You run it for 5 years, and after 5 years, you give my business back to me. He said so. I said, yes. He said, let me reach it to my wife. He went and consulted a wife. His wife, that one of the evil women in this country.
Wow.
Evil, mean, and greedy. The only person his wife know that her born mother, beside her, nobody in her family and nobody she know in her life. So when this man told me that I want to see my wife before we can talk anything about the memorandum of understanding, I was worried. So when she came in, we sat together. When I knew her character already, we sat together on the table. I said, Mommy, please, this is our request. Build a building, work on it, take the school for 5 years, give us 40% from the operation. Anything belong to the school is for you. After 5 years, we'll take over. God touched the woman how she said, we will do it. That's call you living. So I look at Rita, she looked at me and said, Mama, we were celebrating and were very happy. The next morning, the old man decided to release my building material coming with truck, pickup, load of sand, load of cross racks, cement, iron sheet, steel rod, all kinds of things that I never see for myself in my life. So when he started helping, for 11 more periods, we built a place, but it never reached to the sad agreement that was in the memorandum of understanding that the lawyers signed and it was notarized in the court. Until he received a tag from a job site. He was attacked and they fired him from a job. When he was fired from a job, the work stopped. But however, he helped us with something not less than 5,000 USD investment.
Okay.
It was a push that he gave to us. That grant now, since GIBU and R.K.U. operations start, we are elevated what he placed on the ground. We are elevated and turned into story building for now. That's how we've been moving.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, but in Liberia now, we are the richest people by God power.
So could you say
Wow.
that again, sir?
I said in Liberia now, in this country, we are the most richest people. People come to us every day for support. They come to us every day for food, for school fees, and other stuff. So when I said that, I think and said that, but if I was in the condition before, other people, they are there now, so I have their experience. I know what suffering is. So once they can, no talking. When I have a divide, once I have it to, if I receive $100 US today, it will finish.
Wow. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How much is $1 US worth in your country? Because you said something earlier on about $50 US for teachers, that everybody was policemen and teachers. How much is $1 US worth in Liberia?
But one US in our currency is $150 liberty.
$150.
Yeah, liberty in Liberian dollars. And this Liberian dollars now, this $1, it cannot certify my 1-year-old child in this country now. The economy is very bad now. It can certify him. Just a recess, it can please him. It's very small.
Wow.
Yeah, but that is why we're managing to live on it.
So
it's not there. What we'll do? We can't cry. It's not just there. No hope. No father. My father is poor. My mother is poor. All my family members, they are poor. For her, she was abandoned by her fathers, and she was also abandoned by her mother, family, everybody. But now, as we speak, those that abandoned her, including her father family, her mother family, everybody, they can come here. And even after service, they fold our house now. They just living.
So in Liberia, what has God blessed you with now? You have the school, the university. Tell us where you have gotten to now. You have the university, you have a church. Tell us what are the different institutions you have, and are they all on one compound?
Now, what we have now, it is more than people that have $1 billion. We have so many institutions and ministries that we conducting, but we have succeeded to have purchased huge quantity of land. All documentations in our possessions, the legal documents, from both the court, the Lands and Mine, Ministry of Lands and Mine, they gave a document. The landowner gave a document. They code everything, probate code everything. We have I think I shared information the last on our platform about Grace Garden. Where are working with you guys? That portion of land is 1 acre, 1 lot. It's very big. It's our future home land. It's very big. We're going to host GIBU and R.K.U international guests in the compound in the future. I'm talking about GIBU and R.K.U international guests only. Will be sleeping with me in that same compound. In the future, we don't intend to host any of our international guests in the hotel. Where I live is where they will be.
Okay.
I want them to have our feeling, to have our relationship.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Listeners, as I'm short of words. I don't know what to say now. Listeners, I believe that the story that our bishop, Professor Dr. Rudolph Kwanue, is sharing with us, with a wife, it is motivating you and you are learning something out of it because it is an overwhelming. It is an overwhelming. You know, doing all these things, when you don't have faith, number one, when you don't trust in God, number two, when you don't have courage, number three, you can't be able to achieve because the kind of heat and challenge that, or the kind of wind that will blow you, it will give you the mindset of giving up and losing everything. But these couples, these people did not have the mindset of giving up. The Bible said that I have not given you the spirit of fear, but the spirit of boldness and of courage, especially with the woman of God, Mama Rita, having the trust in God and also in the husband, standing with him all these years. Oh my God. Women of grace, if you are listening to us live on Facebook and also on our platform, on our radio station, I believe that this story will change your mind. If maybe you are in a position where you are at the point of giving up on your husband, on your marriage, this story will give you the mindset of realign yourself, rethink, reposition your mind, and encourage yourself with your family. And I know that the Lord will come through for you. I have a question. Professor Rudolph, what really motivated you? Because looking at the challenge that you and your wife went through, what really motivated you to come out with a school? Not even talking about coming to land on the name university. What really motivates you to come out with a school?
Okay, one of the things is that Liberia is a challenging country. Even as we speak now, we are in crisis. The staple food in Liberia is rice.
Okay.
Rice has finished in the entire country for 2 weeks.
Wow.
People are planning to either remove the president because of rice shortage in the country or to demonstrate hardy. In this country, no good electricity. Even where we're speaking now, when this little one are receiving, it may go down anytime. The illiteracy rate here is too much. And people who receive educations, they are few. Many want to go to school, but there's no support.
Wow.
And those that go to school, the courses they prioritize is political science, which is destroying our country.
Okay.
when you are not in the position to work with different person in university, even if you work in a university, you will not have power or authority to control them. So I really want to change this country in many parts of the sub-region. Because if the people mind is not built and developed, they will always be fighting war, entering the neighboring country, like what happened in the past. Political science courses is good, but it's dangerous to such country. I really want that this institution should bring a program that had never existed or it had not been effective in this country. Like we were talking about hotel management and tourism. It's a very strange course to this country. We want to bring it through R.K.U.
Okay.
How you call this one? Hospitality, hotel management. Yeah, it's not here. We're also talking about for business. They have so many business courses in some colleges with political science, but medical program, to have medical program in university in the country is difficult. Only one school that's renowned with that program is Louis Douglas Medical School in UL. That's a single school beside the rest are nursing school. Their degrees cannot reach a bachelor program. So I want to bring strange program that will help to boost the economy of our country, to take poverty from this country. And I also want to provide a means for people that are suffering like the way I was before to have access to free education through what I have. Because I had a mark, I passed through it, and I don't want for the rest of those people that behind me to come the same way. I don't want that. That has motivated me to have this program. Even the government been fighting me since 2017 till now, but I have no problem with that. The more they fighting me, the more I'm pressing forward. This gone January, December, they were running behind me in this country to hold me. They call the National Police of Liberia, the immigrations, the fire service, United States embassies, and all kinds of people, the press union in Liberia, they call their attention to hold me because I'm operating online school and they produce graduates. So that was a crime I ever commit. In my school, everything is accredited and so many links with other international schools. That was a crime I commit. So they started chasing me. I was to leave this place and take a rest to an unknown place without cell phone communications in order for 2 weeks before I returned back to Moravian. When I came, I started engaging the same government. They will not have time for me to pay attention. I told a few of my pastors that we need to pray against this particular guy that fighting against every time in the government office. We pray. The prayer was simple. God remove him from your office, and God can hear a people. The next week I follow, they fire him from your office before new director came until our program start continuing now with government.
Amen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen. So I'm motivated to help the country. But let me tell you the short secret now about our country.
Yeah.
When you are positive person in this country, they can fight you.
Okay.
Yeah, Liberia is not like Ghana. It's not like Nigerian that they can support each other visions. But yes, still I have courage to do more.
We call it. Yeah, we describe that here. Like I said, we describe that in this part of the world like crabs in a bucket. Nobody is going to get to the top. It's already difficult to get out of a bucket because it slides. Everybody slides down. But the minute you try to get up, the other crab will try to pull you down so that he can get on top of you. So we call it crab in a bucket. You know,
That's great.
when I joined being the Caribbean director for your university,
Uh-huh.
it was an honor and still is an honor to do that.
Okay.
But I've never heard anything like free tuition in my life.
Okay.
There's no university that I know any part of the world that describes their tuition as free tuition. And I want you to
Okay.
explain that a little bit because I heard you mention it earlier on in your last answering the question that Dr. Israel asked you. Could you go a little deeper and tell us what is free tuition and why you decided to call it free tuition?
Now let us see this one. I always refer to my past. When I was a young pastor, I was 19 years when I started my pastoral job. This year is my 15 years, and I'm going to 16 years now in pastoral job. I looked for opportunity to go to school, Bible school. I had nothing. I looked for opportunity to go to school. There was nothing. And when I decided to launch the school online, the very first complaint I'm receiving is no money, no money, no money across Africa continent. It was not Liberia alone. Pastors across the globe, they want to go to school, but they have no support. Meaning in Africa, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Philistines, those countries. If you check in those countries, you will see that the pastor live on a direct poverty line. And those that have opportunity to give to them, they are not waiting to help them. I look at my own life and I said, I wanted to go to school and there was no sponsorship. And I'm seeing so many requests in this direction. What can we do? Should I make it completely free? And I said, if I do that, I will have nothing to encourage myself and do the work going or encourage my staff sometime. So there should be little registration fees or there should be little graduation fee after the completion of the program. But for the credit hour, it should be completely out. There should be nothing like credit out. Because credit hour is good. But how many pastors in Africa that have this money to pay for credit hour and they have no job? Only the church offering they depending on. And some pastors that have small churches, 10 members, 20 members, how much offerings is there available to pay the pastor or to give to the pastor before he can go to university? So those things touch my heart. Even in Rwanda, when the government of Rwanda closed down churches because the pastors had no theological background, I was very happy to send a program to Rwanda. And we've been helping a lot of people then there. So the thing that really moved me to do this one is the past and the requests I've been receiving from majority of pastors across the world. It made me to introduce free tuition program. But many people, they want to do what I'm doing, but they are not able to do it. They always fall when they are doing it.
I want to ask you another question, but I want to slip right over to your wife, Mama Rita, again. Dr. Israel mentioned something about women of grace.
Women of grace.
And I know there's an organization that she leads out in the ministry. I think it's the Women of Grace is the name.
Yeah, Women of Grace.
Could you tell us a little bit, Mama Rita, about Women of Grace and why it was formed and what is the whole reason behind formulating Women of Grace and how does it affect women in your country and across the world?
Why does you start that information that I wanted to put you there? So you should explain.
Oh, you said I should explain briefly about Women of Grace.
Yes.
And the organization was founded by my husband. Put the women together for the women to be united to know how to take care of the church, to know how to take care of the home, even the family, because some women, they don't know their own rule and regulation in their home. Some women in the church, they don't know how to take care of the church. They make for the church to fall. They don't know how to take care of their husband vision. So my husband put the organization together to know our rule and regulation as a women.
Do you all do courses to so that the young women and the ladies can know how to do certain things in the home and within the ministry?
Yeah, in the ministry also to know how to take care of themselves. So because some women, they don't value themselves as all. Some women, they don't value themselves. So when you in the organization, you know your own value as a woman.
And like you were asking about the courses, yes, we do offer some courses there.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have practical ministry work, and I think we have about 2 different type of classes before, and some have graduated from the program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some graduate, they receive certificate, and they are proud, they're very happy for the program. So we are waiting to do more, but it's just like what really been dragging me behind is the local accreditation process.
Yes.
That is demanding. It's time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot to do with money. It had a lot to do with connections in the local range in government. So yes, I said this country, a different country on the planet Earth.
Oh my God.
Talk about the money. Talk about the money. Let's talk about money. Dr. Israel, let's talk about some money right now. And before I ask the question, I want those that are listening and those that would listen to this broadcast and share it on Facebook, because we are live on Facebook. And I'm looking at the feed, and I'm answering questions there sometimes. And I know a lot more people are going to view it, those who cannot come onto the program right now. So it's going to be recorded on Facebook and people have access to it. One of my
Okay.
concerns in this massive program that you are doing with um, not just the university in Liberia, you have a presence in almost or over 151 countries.
Mhm.
You have affiliates of different schools in 151 countries. You have a university to build
Sorry.
the infrastructure and all of these things. Obviously, and you just talked about it, um, getting the accreditation within Liberia is a long, tedious process, and it's going to cost you money. What is that cost looking like? What do you need from those that are listening? Because we want to touch on that because that is crucial. What do you need from the world, people who's listening to this, who sense the struggle, who understands it a little better now? What would it take, either in a lump sum or gradually as people decide to give gifts to run your organization effectively, to get all the paperwork that you need to finish the accreditation in Liberia, to pay your staff and run things well? What is a minimum figure looking like? You can put it in Liberian dollars or you could put it in US dollars, because I want people to understand the need and how crucial it is that you receive this and to receive the financial support.
Well, I can post it to 500,000 US dollars. The first requirement for Liberian accreditation was that you should have 150,000 USD in your account or in the university account.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first step during those days, during the last 2 years until the policy was changed. But what is demanding now that require more is the facilities. The facilities require more. If you calculate the cost of the material that need to be in the facility before government approve you, it's over $1 million.
A million Liberian dollars.
USD.
USD. Okay.
Yeah. It's more if over, but for our range, I can say 500,000. Because let's say for example, we need a good library with a recent book, not outdated book, but recent book in those library according to this material that you're presenting to students. There should be recent books in the library. You need computer lab. A computer program, one computer for one student should be in the computer lab. Each student one computer, and there should be what we call a projector that the lecturer will also be presenting on the projector in the computer lab. Then in another lab we call science lab. In science lab we have a lot of things: the chemistry, activity, physics, materials, medical labs, and all those stuff should be in those lab too, in the laboratory. So all those equipment, if you add the value, oil will carry it very high. More besides, you need office equipment for all leaders and all office staffs. Stationary office equipment, the table, the chairs in the various offices and things. I think we have 7 offices for now. Then the toilet facilities. According to government requirement, they say it need to be modernized. When the toilet facility is modernized, it's okay, according to them. Then again, the sitting capacity for the students, it should be very fine. And the light system in the house, it should be clear that student can see lesson directly on the board. And according to some of the recommendations, they don't want the other board that we use here as blackboard. They want the white board.
Okay.
Yeah, they want a white board. And the ground, it should be flowed well. We should tie it everywhere, both on the wall and also on the ground. They don't want any dust to be there. They said the learning facility should be up to standard. So the facility equipment will cost or more. But for now, we are looking for anything that God will provide for us. But when the new director saw the past progress in our recent engagement, he is very encouraged to give the permit. So we're only waiting for their board meeting where they can give the 2-year permit. The 2-year permit is a temporary permit that we can work. If we improve, they will give us the full accreditations.
Okay.
Then you can also apply for new program or new upgrading steps, and how we do it step by step until we can reach to the level.
Okay, that's fine. If you are watching us live on Facebook, you can if you have any questions to ask the couples here, if you want you have any motivation, if you have anything to say, you can write your comment and we'll read it for you to ask them. And if you have any donations to do, you can also give it out through your comment, and we can also provide you the resource to be able to do the donation as well. If you are listening to us live on our radio stations and all other stations, you can send your messages. You can send your messages to us, and we can read it for you and also ask your questions for you. This is a great, powerful history story, and I am touched and I'm amazed. I don't know. My main concern is the woman. I don't know how Mama Rita was able to condone all these things and went through all these things. Seriously, because personally, I know a lot of women who has not support their husbands in times like this. But as the story go by, I was just imagine how the woman of God was able to stand with the husband in all this to come this far. I want to ask this question, Mama Rita. So, in all this, what were you doing physically? What were you doing in support of your husband? What was your occupation?
Okay, thank you so much again. I said it earlier that the professor is still today in my life. He is so dear to me. He is so dear to me and great. Even first to God, he is second to God to my life. You see that already today, I met him. I met him without anything. I said it. I met him without even follow Molo, Nina brother to me. So today we go through struggle, we go through challenge, tribulation, all the things I will go through. Now why this song today, I don't forget about this song. I said to God, I will never give up in my life. I will never give up in my life. I always sing this song to myself because anywhere you see yourself, that they play, God bless you. That I read today, I love you from my heart. And even anywhere I go, I love him. Even in my deep sleep, I love him. Because I met that love without nothing. Today, asking me what I was doing. I was not doing anything else that the Lord make me today to know how to sew. In the sense that the Lord made, I always said, I said, many people will say, oh, Mama Rita, why we can't hear from you? Why we can't hear from Mama Rita on Facebook? Why we can't hear Mama Rita on media? Can't come me. You will hear me.
Yeah.
It's coming, you will hear me.
Yeah.
Because I always tell people, I say, I'm very native. But you that are ruler today, I'm becoming someone, but that will come. I will speak my mind. That will come, I will talk. Because it's a thing that are ruler today making me to be well-educated person. It is thing that are ruler today make me to know what in my head today. It is thing that are ruler today make me and who I'm hailing to. So it was that time he told me that we are suffering too much. Go and learn how to sew to come and help us in the room. So I went, I learned how to sew, and I was supporting her in the room. Because there was nothing at time. There was nothing, absolutely. Even food to eat, they were not there. So I was learning how to sew to support the family. At the same time, you were going to school.
Wow.
So I was encouraging myself. I said, one day, go to school and learn for us. But one day, we go to school to learn for us because the play we find ourselves is so hard. Because the both of us, we can learn together. When we learn together, it will become hard for us. So you will be going to school, then I'll be looking for a daily bread for us. So at that time, he was going to school. At the same time, I was supporting him.
Wow. Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful. Wow. Mama Rita, God bless you. So meaning that now no, you are a fashion designer. If I will bring it if I will bring it to the term, the professional term, you are a fashion designer now. Wow. Listeners, the chancellor, the bishop, the founder of R.K.U. and GIBU wife is a fashion designer, a professional one as large. So all people living in Liberia, if you have anything to sew, any design, any cloth to sew, please locate yourself at R.K.U. GIBU premise and give your material to Mama Rita, and she will give you a great style, and it will fit you, and you'll be wonderful. So it's a fashion design. Very soon, very soon, we are going to advertise her more to be able to get more publications, both online and offline, so that you'll be able to get more income in supporting the ministry as well and the home. Well, Mama Rita, one thing, because as you were saying, people were asking Mama Rita, okay, Papa.
Yeah, you come. So after 2014, from 2014 when I start, in 2017, sorry, when I started work, I told her that rest, do not work any longer, just rest. So for now, she's just resting, no more work. That's all.
More work.
She just pray, no more sewing clothes.
Okay, okay,
No
great,
problem.
great,
No
great, great,
problem. A
great.
time will come. She has to continue it because it will not just lie down just like that. We will still bring it up for her to, because very soon, as you are traveling and you are going up and down, left and right, she also needs to be on that level in her vision. She also needs to be on that top, be able to what make people also, because the women of grace sometimes they ask, Mama Rita, you are not coming out, you are not seeing social media left and right, up and down. She is the woman, the president of Women of Grace. So whatever vision and mission she also has, it must come to the limelight, and
Okay.
and she also have to be able to do her best in that area. I want to so Dr. Rudolph, with the I know that GIBU and RKU has a lot of branches, has a lot of departments, and all what have you. Um, I want to look at the area of the women of grace, because I know you have passion and heart for women due to the circumstances and the situations within the area of your country that has made you to bring out the women of grace. What is special about it? And number two, will Mama Rita one day come to take over to make it great and mighty?
Okay, the women of great vision is very significant because men cannot do anything now without women.
Yeah.
And I think that bringing our moments together is something unique. We place before them the visions. Some of the mission statement, so the mission statement is that sometimes we have an international convention for them where they can meet and discuss winning affair.
Okay.
We have to open vocational school for them. So making, tie dye, baking, uh, uh, say catering and other stuff. So there are many things in the pipeline. Uh, so really, women of grace have more things to be done.
Mhm.
But that certain thing make a whole little bit, and we're trying again to reinforce it.
Okay.
If you can remember, there was some members from the Women of Great Department enter into scam work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing Florida work, stealing from people. So the conflict was too high. That's why
Yeah.
when we banish some of those group out, I carefully observe to see who can really work with Rita passionately, and who can work with Rita passionately in that directions.
Okay.
Yeah, so working online, the person that you are not yet see, the person that you don't know their character, giving them those responsibility. Some of them they are not doing it with their heart.
Yeah.
And so when I saw the people started going after people, stealing, requesting money from students and other members, I said, it is not how it's supposed to be. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so but we can anytime because it's already established. We have so many great people in our forums. And one thing I want to say is that one Pastor Israel is there.
Yeah.
Pastor Israel George is there. She is doing well.
Amen. Amen.
She is doing very well. So
We're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up in a little bit, and just about 10 minutes again. We're
Yeah.
gonna wrap up. We don't want to keep you guys too long.
yeah.
But I really want to, in the final moments of this great your story that you've given us, and I'm sure you can spend a lot more time talking to us. but we've gotten the gist of the story. We've gotten the struggle, we've gotten the ambition, we've gotten the pain, the faith, the you know, you all sticking together as a couple, and nothing has diminished the drive to achieve what what God has impressed upon your heart. But we can only do that, Dr. Israel, besides the faith and everything else, and prayer and fasting and all these things, by people having a heart towards what you're doing.
Yeah.
Ministry needs money. Every church needs money.
Money.
The way that
Yes.
God has designed the church to receive monies by tithes and offering. But with the
Yeah.
university, it's different. The university needs financial help, sponsorship for programs, and you've outlined very meticulously the areas of need within the school. And I really want us to spend, Dr. Israel, the last few moments of this awesome interview to make that absolutely clear and to make an appeal to people with deep pockets and people without, to people around the world, businesses, um, and maybe as staff members, etc. One of the things we need to look at is to formulating a serious committee that will focus on fundraising and getting consistent money coming into the organization so it can be run more efficiently and effectively, and relieve some of the burdens that you may be feeling as the founder of the school. So I really want you, Dr. Israel, and um, Professor Chancellor Rudolph and Mama Rita, to really focus for the next few minutes, next 7 minutes or so, on looking into that camera and making a real appeal for God to impress upon people, and not only impress upon them, but be obedient to what God is telling them in being specific about what they are going to donate, sponsor, whatever words I can put there, but to send money and how they can do that um, to the school's account, to the ministry's account. So I want you to spend some time right now looking into that camera and really
Okay.
making an appeal to your audience that is going to see this video after.
Okay. As you are, as my co-host has said already, Dr. Rudolph, the world is listening to us. The world is listening to you. I believe they have been touched with your story. But before we do all this, there is somebody who has joined us since, and we want him to have say something, or if there's any question. Muhai, I don't know if you can listen to us. Can you unmute your mic, and if there is any contribution or question that you want to ask the chancellor and the wife, you can do so now, so that we continue the program and we bring it to an end. Muhai, if there is something that you want to say, if you are hearing us now, you can unmute your mic now so that you can contribute towards this show. This is your story. This is your story, and today we have our wonderful guest, Mama Rita, and the husband, Professor Rudolph Kwanue, the chancellor and the president of Grace International Bible University, and also the Rudolph Kwanue University, and also Grace International Ministry as well worldwide. So I know that you also have a story to share. You can also bring it on board, contact us, we schedule you, and you can also bring it on board to share with us. So Muhari, if Muhari is not responding, or maybe that they won't have it to do. Dr. Rudolph, Dr. Clarence has make a point here, and we need some few minutes. We need to talk to our audience who are listening to us live on Facebook and also the radio station and other stations that have trained us. The university need money. The church need money. You need money. The vision you have is big. And Christians have to support. Believers have to support. Other stakeholders have to support. This is God's kingdom. This is for God. It is not for any other thing. Because I know your heart. If the money is there, this is what you want to use the money for. There's a lot of projects that you want to accomplish. We need finance. At this moment, you have to give us a central account wherever somebody can use his phone, go to the bank, then send it, and automatically it will come direct to you or to whoever that you want to receive it, so that the kingdom business can move on. We are talking about, I don't know how much, but at least we can mention a figure. Dr. Clarence, I don't know if you can mention a figure or not, but I believe that out of the abundance of the heart, whoever is touched, you can $10, $20, $50, $100,
whatever
$300,
God impressed upon the hearts to do.
$500,
Yes.
whatever God has touched your heart to donate. I stand in that gap to plead for listeners out there on Facebook and also on the radio station listen to us and others all over the world, in Liberia, USA, Canada. There are a lot of people listening. Professor Rudolph, can we get a central account? I believe I want to know, then put it on Facebook.
Here we have our account duty on the website, like I said last time, the GIBU.educations, contact our page. They have all account duty there.
Okay.
And, in Liberia, I always say it's not like I'm a Liberian, then I will have the identity of my country. Sending money to Liberia through bank is very much expensive.
Expensive.
Like for instance, if you send $100 to Liberia through bank, the bank here in the country will take $30 from the $100.
Wow, that's a lot.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So if you are sending 5,000 times $30 by 5,000, see, so it seems like you and the bank divide the money. So normally we recommend Western Union, Transaction, MoneyGram, Nobel, RRA, and same with.
Okay, so that way it's cheaper to send it that way.
It's very, very cheaper for the sender and the receiver. Receiver had no due to pay here for those money transactions. So the information are on the website page, GIBU.educations, on the contact page. Okay. Now, like Dr. Clarence asked me for the initial stage, I said that we need 500,000 USD for the 5-year business plan that we have. And the 500,000, we are not asking somebody to say pay one for us. If you have, we will really celebrate it.
Of course.
Yeah. But we are asking all free will people and good will citizen. If you have $1, $2, $3, $100, $5, $6, dollars and $100 and whatsoever it takes. We are appealing to you. We're serving God and helping Christianity around the world. Your donations to this project will be appreciated. We are humbly asking all godly people to make positive donations. If you have books, you want to donate both to the university, we will appreciate it. If you have computers, laptops, any equipment that pertain to medical program, we will appreciate. If you got microscope, we will appreciate it. So these are the requests we need. These are material we need to keep the university up to standard. We want to have a solid program in Liberia and out of Liberia, because when the foundation here is built, our corresponding program will be very super.
Right.
Yeah.
I noticed
so thank you.
I noticed before you go, I noticed that there were two websites that I saw. There was the GIBU.education and there was GIBUuniversity.org.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed those two websites recently. Could you tell us if one is the new one or you
The
built
new one,
two?
the new one is the .org is the new one.
Okay. Is that the one that's eventually going to take over from the
No,
GIBU education,
no.
or you're just going to use the both of them?
Education have the account number.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Education is a model website.
That's the mother website. Okay. All right. Great. I just wanted to clarify that.
So,
Yeah.
if they are watching us on live on Facebook, I have shared the information details concerning the account to send the money. I've shared the Western Union one, and also I've shared the account details one. If you are watching us live on Facebook, you can just pick it up. Then you can wire the money through it. And if you want to also contact the chancellor directly, when you go to the website, you can get his contact. Contact him directly, then have a discussion that how the money can be wired into the account or through the Western Union. When you're able to do it through the Western Union, the same number that you see there, you can WhatsApp the number and send the, your the receipt or the result slip that you would get to him, so that he can go and now cash it from the bank, so that it could be so easy for them. So I believe that all said and done, I think it is okay by the means of how we can be able to wire the money into the account to support the visions and the mission of the university. Dr. Clarence, I believe it will be it is good for us to know this account details, so that at each
Yes.
and every time
Yes. Yes. Yes.
money
So we
can
can
be
we can
money
always
can go through
call it
can go through the
when we're
account.
doing other shows as well. Well, we've come to the end of 2 hours of interview. It's much shorter than the last week. Last week we did
Okay.
2.5
Yeah.
hours, but it is so potent with information and encouragement and things that we've gotten to know our chancellor in a much deeper way. And we want to thank Dr. Rudolph. We want to definitely thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're a busy man, and your wife, your dearly beloved wife, want to thank her for being here with you and sticking at your side and really opening up and sharing with you your story, which we will embrace now as our story. And it's on Facebook, and we're going to continue to share it with the rest of the world. And we hope and wish for all the best things and all the continued success. And we hope that a lot of money comes in, that start pouring in to support you in the work that you have yet to be done in your ministry. Thank you very much again from the bottom of my heart for being our special guest today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rudolph. Thank you, Mama Rita. And thank you also our listeners listening to us live on Facebook and also on our radio stations worldwide and also our sister stations. This is what we call Your Story. It is a segment that we have developed that we will be sharing people's stories and histories that will motivate you. Our next segment that will come, Your Story. Uh, Soon we will share the flyer. Is one of our own. We will share the flyer. Dr. Clarence will come on board to share his story to us that will motivate us. We also have another talk show that all the GIBU directors nationwide, 151 nations will come on board to come and tell us the way forward of all the way forward of GIBU and R.K.U at their various countries and what they are expecting the GIBU headquarters to do for them to be able to push the mission and the vision forward. So that's another segment that we are coming, and all GIBU directors and leadership worldwide, get ready for this segment. It's going to come on the 15th of October. October. It's going to come on the 15th of October.
Yes.
Prepare yourself. The time is, I think 7 p.m. The time is 7 p.m. Let me check it in a minute. The time is 7 p.m. Flyer is ready to share. So when you see it on the platform, you prepare yourself towards this wonderful talk show so that we can be able to get GIBU and RKU aligned very well in the whole wide world. So the time is 7 p.m. Liberia time. So I don't know what time we will be at your end, but 7 p.m. Liberia time, that is where Dr. Rudolph is living. So I don't know what time will be at your end. So you have to check the time
3
zone.
o'clock Eastern. 3 o'clock Eastern, which is the same time I'm running here in Trinidad and Tobago, because you're 4 hours ahead
Okay,
of us.
so 3 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, in
So if
Texas
you are running,
time it would be 2 o'clock, and
okay.
so on and so on. But people will calculate it, and
Yeah,
you'll join
people have to
with us.
calculate
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be live. We'll be still join the live streaming on our Facebook Live, and people have to connect to it. It's going to be a wonderful talk show with all the GIBU directors and also the leadership in the 151 nations. Then we'll be having another segment that is your story with Dr. Clarence. The flyers will come out very soon. He's come to share his story to us, and it's going to be so wonderful.
Amen.
If you want to do any show on our platform on the radio station, please you can contact us anytime, any day. WhatsApp us and let us know your mission and your plan towards the show. Then we can host you with a little fee. With a little fee, we can host you with a little
Yes,
fee. It's
that
not
goes
much.
towards the school.
We can host
Yes.
you with a little fee. That the money will be used to do the maintenance and also the live streaming and all of you. So it's not something that we are trying to take something from you by force, but at least we need to do a lot of publications and advertisements for you to be able to, for your audience to be able to listen to you. So we can have it in a little fee so that it will be so wonderful for us. So we thank you, Mama Rita. God bless you, Mama Rita. Your coming to the show is is wonderful. It's an amazing. I love it. I'm so happy because the story has really touched me. And as a woman, having the courage and the strength to stand with your husband, I wish all women would do the same to their husbands who has visions and mission ahead of them. So, Mama Rita, God bless you. And hey, we didn't even talk about your children, but I think another time we will come to that.
Okay. In the closing remark, we have 5 sons.
5 sons.
Okay.
5 sons. They are all boys, no girls. So we stop there. We have no children. We are not expecting any child.
Oh no. We need a woman.
That's it.
We need a girl. We need a girl. Mama Rita, we need a girl.
No boys will bring a girl for us.
Wow. 5 boys, powerful. We thank the living God. So
we've been looking for girls, and as we look for girl, boy, and every time, so we're looking at.
The Lord will bring the girl. The Lord will bring the girl very soon. The Lord will bring the girl. So, Dr. Clarence, I think we have to bring it to a close.
Yes, we do.
We have to bring it to a close.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Clarence, with your effort and your airtime, spending your airtime, your time to host us. It's not easy. That's why you were telling me that the amount that you will spend to host us on your station, and I was so much amazed, Charlie. God bless you. I know that as you are doing it for charity. The Lord will replenish it for you. Whatever you will give out of your heart, God will bring it back to you. I know that when this thing is big, we are all going to celebrate it because we are expecting more things to come.
All of you coming.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So God bless you, Dr. Clarence, and
God bless
for everything
well.
that you are doing for us. Listeners, God bless you. As the guests that also joined us, Muhai, God also bless you for joining us. Whoever listens to us live on Facebook, wherever you are, please, you can still share the broadcast on Facebook. You can still continue to listen and continue to listen. It will motivate you a lot. God, thank you very much. My name is Apostle Dr. Israel Blessing from Ghana, and my co-host is Dr. Clarence. And we appreciate your time for listening to us. Good evening. Bye bye.
Good evening. Goodbye bye.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you.
And we'll see you another time.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Mm. We definitely want to thank God for this amazing, amazing conversation today. I have learned so much, and it has given me so much courage. It's just amazing what has transpired here this afternoon, and I hope that you have been encouraged. I hope that you understand that the way that God works in someone's life, and I'm sure you can tell your own story in how God has led you in. It may not be ministry, it may be in business, it may be in studies, it may be in a relationship, and you stuck it out, and you prayed, and you cried, and you. It took a lot for you to get where you are today, and we are interested in your story. And if you feel that impressed that you want to share your story with us and with the rest of the world, join with us. Give us a call. You heard the numbers that Dr. Israel gave. You can easily call the station at 1-678-856-3709. That's our local WhatsApp number, and we will put you in a slot that you are able to share your story with the rest of the world, and it will become a blessing to someone that's listening. Thank you for joining us, and we will go back to um, the music. And we're going to play a lot of music at the end of the program here today because this has been heavy. This has been deep. This is something you want to sit back and relax with something to drink, a glass of cold juice or something, and just go over in your mind what you just heard and make the applications, the principles of those things that we talk about in your life, in your family, in your business, in your ministry. And again, wherever you are listening from, as Dr. Israel said, we do appreciate you taking the time out for us to be in your space through these smart devices, and we can have that connection with you all over the world. We do appreciate you. God bless you and have a good rest of the evening as we go back to Master Control and play some great gospel music for you to listen to. Thank you.